On sunny Southampton's Voice FM, that's Noah Khan and The Great Divide. If you have just joined us, a very good morning to you. My name's Xan, and this is your Green Breakfast. And we're going to talk about a subject that is serious, but also there's a lot of positivity about this subject, and it's all to do with men's mental health. Every 90 minutes, someone in the UK takes their own life. In Southampton, statistics show that of the men who died by suicide in the last 2 years, over half, that's 54%, were not known to mental health services. Now, Southampton Football Club and the Saints Foundation are teaming up this season to pilot a matchday mental health service. It's called the Extra Time Hub, and the club is one of 11 clubs funded by the Premier League to take part in their Together Against Suicide campaign during this season. The aim is to raise awareness about this important issue and provide a service that offers help to supporters when they are most in need. And here to tell us about Solent Mind's Safe Haven is service manager Sarah Byrne and also a team lead, Rachel Greatrex. And ladies, a very good morning to you. How are you feeling this morning?
Good morning. Very well, thank you.
Excellent. And I'm going to start with you, Sarah, because as a team lead, could you give the, as a service manager, could you give the listener an idea about how Safe Haven came out of Solent Mind?
Yes, well, it was something that was developed in July 2023, so we've been open about 2.5 years now. It's a crisis centre based in Eastleigh, providing a lifeline for people who are in a self-diagnosed mental health crisis. We're open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're open from 5 till 11 p.m. with support online, over the phone or in person. We've been open since July 23, as I say, and in that time we've supported over 2,000 people. Our team's made up with staff with lived experience with their own mental health challenges and can provide in-the-moment support that can help avoid a trip to A&E and helping them make longer-term plans for the future. We want to make sure anyone in our community experiencing a mental health issue has somewhere to turn to for advice, information or support. It's non-judgmental and being out of hours, not always accessible. People can't always get access through the day.
And there's a very important part in that, in the fact that everyone who's running this has had issues themselves.
Everyone in the team is peer support, so everyone's had their own journey. So we can identify, we can empathise. We might not have walked in exactly the same shoes, but we've all been on a journey. So we can listen, we can validate how someone's feeling, we can understand that the hopelessness that they might feel and give them hope, support and signpost them to either other Solent Mind services or other agencies.
Is there a thread that runs through everyone, or is everyone different?
Everyone's different. We never know what we're going to get through the door of an evening or on the phone. And we have a team of at least 3 people on site at any one time, and we can speak to anybody with their issues.
And Ray, you're one of the team leads.
I am.
You're happy to talk about your personal journey.
Yes.
So could you give the listener an idea of how your mental health was affected?
Yeah, so I've struggled with my mental health for over 20 years, starting with postnatal depression, sometimes on medication, sometimes not. I think for me, the part of that makes me more relatable to the people that walk through our door, because I can actually look at somebody and say, I really do know what you're going through and how that is quite hard to go through. But I also think that me having my own journey and our team having our own journey with our mental health means that there's hope for people, that they can see that while it's not a linear journey, that there can be hope and there can be recovery.
And as far as your recovery goes, what was the bit the switch that pointed you in the right direction?
I think personally for me, it was opening up to people and being honest about how I felt. In the beginning, especially when I had my baby and I started struggling with postnatal depression, I was quite scared to tell people for being judged. But once I opened up and started telling people how I felt, actually I found that was the connection I needed. And a lot of people then started telling me about their own journey as well. And it's kind of similar to what we do at Safe Haven.
It's brilliant that everyone is focusing on this particular issue and asking people to open up, but no one's telling everyone else what to do, as in case if someone starts opening up in front of you. Because a lot of people might go, well, it's the old-fashioned stiff upper lip, we'll just get on with life, stop belly aching. What would you suggest if someone was sitting there in front of them, they're untrained, and someone's opening up? What do you do?
So I would say to stay calm, because I think it can be quite scary when someone you love might say something like they're feeling suicidal. I think obviously, stay calm. That you don't need to say perfect words. Just offering the chance to listen to them, just offering that space for them to be honest with you, and potentially helping them to access other services such as if there's immediate threat of suicide, 111. Going to see their GP, but I think just offering that space to talk can sometimes be the first step.
Lack of judgment?
Yeah, absolutely. Non-judgmental is really important, and certainly from my journey, that was speaking to people that weren't going to judge me.
Yes. That's wise advice. And so, if you're the team lead, so
Yes.
do you end up getting phone calls then at strange times?
Yeah, so we operate between 5 and 11, and when we go in, our team never know what the calls are going to be. Every day is completely different, and because we don't judge what their crisis is, my definition of crisis might be different from yours. We're just there to listen, just to not judge, just to help.
So, Sarah, back to you. Are we seeing an increase of people opening up, or are we seeing an increase in people with mental health conditions?
I don't think there's necessarily an increase, but I think that now there's more services for people to go to. It's becoming more apparent because more people are opening up now. I think it's okay to talk. That's the point of going to the Saints Foundation and going to the football. It's a traditionally male-dominated area, and we're making it normal to be able to talk about mental health in those kind of environments. So I don't think it's necessarily more or less than ever before, but we're making it okay to open up.
And this is the Extra Time Hub. It's located, for those who do go to St Mary's, at the Kingsland stand near the gasworks. And what could people expect to find there?
So when they attend the matches, there's a big inflatable area where we can stand, and we're there at the fan zone, and people can come and talk to us. They can just chat away on the day, or we can make arrangements to catch up with them afterwards. We can tell them all our services we do at the Solent Mind, including Safe Haven and everything else that's on our website. We can also direct them to other agencies, give them the opportunity to just chat, and again, just normalise talking about mental health.
And of course, ideal if someone knows someone. I mean, that's
Yeah.
You might not necessarily want to. I can imagine if I was struggling, I don't know if I would want to make it so obvious that I was going to you. Might get someone to pop in and find out some information. But there again, I might have been talking to someone previously who is struggling. And so therefore, ideal for me to pop in and say hello and pick up some numbers.
Absolutely. And also we'll be there regularly so people can feel more comfortable because we've become a familiar sight to them. So it's not like, well, I've come here to watch football, not to talk about my mental health, but we'll be there regularly so we become familiar to them.
Right. So where does Safe Haven sit in the journey of healing?
So if somebody was going to go to A&E because they were having a self-diagnosed mental health crisis, and that's important that it's self-diagnosed, they don't have to have had a professional diagnosis, they might go to A&E, and that's not always appropriate for a mental health crisis. So they will come to us instead, and we're recognised by professionals. Paramedics, ambulance bring people to us rather than take them to A&E. Police will bring somebody they find who's having a mental health crisis to us rather than go to A&E. We're recognised by 111, by the community mental health teams, so they know that people can come to us out of hours. We help them to get through the night. We make a plan with them to get them through the evening until 9 o'clock the next morning when they can go to their GP or their social worker or their support network, but they're not there out of hours, which is where we come in.
And this might be a strange question. I'd like both of you to answer for the end, but can you describe a mental health crisis? Because some people might not actually recognise they are in that particular crisis. So
I think that's entirely down to the individual. There is no definition. If you are feeling so overwhelmed and hopeless and can't see a way out, then come to us or any of the other organisations, and we will just try and give you hope. We will validate how you're feeling, and we will listen.
And yeah, completely agree. It's hard to define what a crisis is because it's different for everybody, but it's maybe that situation that you just can't cope anymore and it seems so hopeless, and we offer you that hope.
So basically, if you're sitting there thinking there's only one answer, and that's to end it all, there is one answer before that, people like yourselves.
There is. There's always hope.
Yeah, fantastic. That's been brilliant. Thank you so much for coming in this early in the morning. So Sarah Byrne, who is a service manager at Solent Mines Safe Haven, and Rachel Greatrex, who's team lead. Thank you very much for coming in to speak to us on Your Green Breakfast. It's been brilliant.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Voice. Let's go. Voice FM.